52-year-old actor Luke Perry has died. The former Beverly Hills 90210 star had been hospitalized since last Wednesday. He suffered a massive stroke. His publicist says family and friends were with him when he passed away. I want to bring on Dr. Mark Siegel. Dr. Siegel, sometimes in these types of situations, it's a good opportunity to learn about something that's affecting a lot of Americans. And when Luke Perry had his stroke last week, you could see people talking about that medical issue. I want to get your expertise on this.
Hi, Harris. Good to be on with you. Very tragic that he passed away at the age of 52. We have 140,000 people dying of strokes in the United States every year. Close to 1 million people get strokes. #1 cause of disability. And obviously, we're not going to learn all the details about this, but strokes are usually divided into either a bleed or something where there's a closure of a blood vessel. If a blood vessel closes, sometimes you can actually reopen it. It doesn't look like that was happening in his case. And it usually is, you usually know that you're having a stroke, where you have visual changes, confusion, numbness, and profound weakness on one side, where you get just instantly confused.
Luke Perry and that age point, 52, was something that when this happened last Wednesday, you could see the chat rooms and blogs and social media lighting up on the issue that he's just too young for this to happen. I just want to get your medical expertise on this, because it is something, as you pointed out, affects millions of people every year.
Well, Harris, you made the point before that I want to emphasize, which is we can learn from this. And again, we don't know his details, but I'll tell you, there's a lot of people out there that have high blood pressure, that have high cholesterol, that have a family history of heart disease or stroke, that are overweight. All of these, diabetes. Diabetes is a huge risk factor for stroke, and a lot of people have it and don't even know they have it. So we get news like this, and we care about someone like this who was a great star, and a lot of us are fans of either Riverdale or Beverly, 90210. Those are great shows. He's very talented. Maybe we should go out and get checked. Are our viewers overweight? Do they have high blood pressure? Do they have diabetes, cholesterol? All things that I can easily check in a patient.
All right. Dr. Mark Siegel, appreciate you today on the death of 52-year-old Luke Perry, a big Fox star. Beverly Hills 90210 just announced that they were going to revive in new fashion 90210, but Luke Perry leaves us today.
Luke Perry, the Beverly Hills 90210 and Riverdale star, died Monday after suffering a massive stroke. He was just 52 years old. CNN's Stephanie Elam is live in Los Angeles with the latest. Stephanie.
Good morning, John. For fans of Luke Perry, they will be able to see him in his final film, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Quentin Tarantino's film that's coming out in July. But for most everyone, Luke Perry will be remembered for that role as Dylan McKay on Beverly Hills 90210.
Ladies and gentlemen, please say hello to the hunkiest rebel in Beverly Hills, Luke Perry. Luke?
Beloved actor Luke Perry died Monday at the age of 52 after suffering a massive stroke. The 90s heartthrob was best known for his role as Dylan McKay on the hit show Beverly Hills 90210.
Bye, girls.
Playing the vulnerable bad boy.
I just don't believe in winning through intimidation. Unless, of course, I'm doing the intimidating.
The popular series catapulting Perry to fame. So much so that in 1991, 10,000 people turned out to see him at an autograph signing, prompting a stampede.
And they said, get in that laundry bin and we'll cover you up. And I jumped in, they covered me, and then we rolled right out through the crowd. It was pretty slick, I gotta say.
The actor went on to play roles on the big screen, most notably Pike in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Buffy, he's the guy. You are the chosen guy.
And his latest role in the teen drama Riverdale, this time as the father of the show's heartthrob.
I'm trying to build a safe life for you.
Throughout Hollywood, Perry, remembered as a guy as cool as the character that made him famous. His 90210 co-star Gabrielle Carteris calling the actor, quote, a very sensitive soul who was kind, generous, and he fought for the underdog. Actress Sarah Michelle Gellar posting, quote, I hope his family knows how many lives he touched.
I want to do something with my life. When my time here is up, I don't want to look back and see that I didn't do anything. I see a lot of people that let their life happen to them, and I want to happen to my life. I don't want my life to happen to me.
And Luke Perry was a very proud Ohioan. And a little known fact, Senator Sherrod Brown said that they were both from Mansfield, Ohio, and that his father actually delivered Luke Perry. The senator tweeting out that he was very saddened by this loss. Luke Perry was not only a talented actor, but a warm, kind person who made his home state proud. Allison?
I know, reading that news, that was a crazy worlds colliding little nugget
Completely.
there. Yes, just all of the different paths that cross in life. Stephanie, thank you very much. Joining us now is Entertainment Tonight host and CNN contributor Nichelle Turner. Nichelle, look, it was so shocking, obviously, to Beverly Hills 90210 fans, as well as the fans that he's made through his acting in adulthood. And I know that you were so saddened to hear the news about Luke Perry. We have pictures of you from a time that you interviewed him. You're touching him a lot here, Nichelle. He seems to be attempting to take a picture, and you are kind of pawing at him. So can you share your memories with us?
My adolescent self was really having a good time that day, Allison. I mean, I, like millions of other, girls my age, fell in love with him on 90210, the bad boy persona. For us, he was kind of like that updated version of a teen idol, and he had that James Dean hair, and he was the bad boy driving a convertible, a kid who was in high school who lived on his own, and he just had a swagger. That's what they call it these days, swagger. Back then, we just thought he was the coolest guy in the room. But, to meet him, someone that I, fell in love with when I was a teenager, and to know that he was such a good soul and a good guy, I mean, I was just kind of overwhelmed that day, if I'm being honest. I really was. So yeah, it hit me hard when someone, that you idolized and that you loved and that you really fangirled over growing up passes away like that unexpectedly and so young. It does hit you. It hits you right where you live.
I totally get it. And 52 years old is too young. And so, of course, there are the inevitable questions about his lifestyle. When somebody in Hollywood dies too young, people wonder if there was drug use, if there was alcohol use. Do you know anything? I mean, he looked fit, he looked active, he was working. Do you know anything about his lifestyle?
We have not heard anything about that, about the cause of the stroke, about what happened behind it. We just know that it was a massive stroke. We know that when the paramedics got to his home, he was alert, and then he took a turn for the worse. We know that he was heavily sedated in the days following the stroke, and that he never fully regained consciousness. But other than that, we haven't got any other information except that he was surrounded by his family. So what we've heard throughout Hollywood is just an outpouring of love from his castmates now to his castmates from 90210, and all of the people that came in contact with him. They all repeat the same thing: a sweet, kind, gentle soul who's gone way too soon.
Absolutely. I had a chance to interview him as well a few years ago, and he was wonderful, just really down to earth and really nice. I wasn't touching him quite as much as you were in the interview. I didn't have an opportunity to.
I gotta own that one. I gotta own it. It was the day that my younger self said, Nichelle, this is it.
Everybody can understand that, Nichelle, and it's so great that you had that moment, and it is so great that he's being remembered so fondly and so warmly as a really great guy. Nichelle, thank you for sharing your photos and memories with us.
Sure.
John.
Look, I got to say, I was more of a Melrose Place guy than a 90210 guy, but my age cohorts, people I know, were shaken by this. I think part of it's the age. I mean, Luke Perry, 52 years old, he's our age, and we remember him from being in high school.
Totally, and he hadn't fallen on hard times. He was a working actor, and so that was so sudden. And why did he have a stroke? So we are going to talk to a medical expert about that, what the precursors are, what you can do to try to avoid it, what we can learn from this.
Yeah, it's an important discussion. Overnight, a Democrat.
The star was known for his role in the TV series Beverly Hills 90210. His death comes after he suffered a stroke last week. Luke Perry was 52 years old. Tanner Thomason is on the phone. He is the co-host of ET Live. Tanner, thanks for joining us. What more can you tell us at this point?
Well, it's very sad news. I can give you a statement from the family. The family statement is that he passed away this morning after suffering a massive stroke. He was surrounded by his children, Jack and Sophie, his fiancee, Wendy Madison, his ex-wife, Minnie Sharp, his mother, his stepfather, his brother, Tom Perry, his sister, Amy Coder, and other close family and friends. The family appreciates the outpouring of support and prayers that have been extended to Luke from around the world, and they also respectfully request privacy in this great time of mourning. They haven't released any other details. We found out about the stroke last Wednesday, and it sort of oddly coincided with the announcement of a reboot of sorts for 90210. And so the timing of all of this is just so terribly cruel.
You know, he's so young. Had he been in good health leading up to that stroke?
He's 52, and it certainly looked to be in good health. He didn't have any previous major health issues that I'm aware of. That's the most that I know about that.
All right. Well, Tanner Thomason, we thank you so much for your time. A lot of people will miss him for sure.